Third dude, Calijah Kancey, 6 foot, 280 pounds, Junior, out of Pitt. Number 8. I was so happy watching Pitt film, bro. It really touched my heart.
Did you see Slovis at all? No, you were watching.
I was on
defense.
only defense. Only defense. I didn't want to do that to myself. But whenever I get to watch it, I was like, I always think of you. I'm like, yo, this Deke.
You'll see
cool,
Izzy.
you know
I'm sure someone will bring up Izzy at some point. Him as a running back was awesome this year.
Oh no, I remember because he had the one game where what did he? Oh my goodness, it was 5 touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 touchdowns. It was ridiculous.
Absolutely. But when you talk Calijah Kancey, man, 10 games, 31 tackles, 7 sacks. The pros to Calijah, man, this dude is stupid quick with his first step. I love his pass rush ability. He's a true one-on-one guy. He can whoop you. I think his athletic ability and lateral quickness are elite for the position. I think his hand usage and pad level is really good and really consistent. I think he's a physical player. Even though he doesn't have the most size, he still plays a very physical game. I think he also has a nice freeze rush, is what we call, where he starts his move. It's almost like a hesitation to just kind of get that guard to slow down for a half a second, and then from there he restarts. And because of
Iverson crossover,
yeah, essentially a crossover Euro type, but because of how quick he can stop, that is like one of his bread and butter moves in terms of how he wins versus the in the pass game. I also think that he plays with really good effort. There's a couple of plays, man, I'm watching him chasing down, covering down, hits a dude big time, 5-10 yards downfield. Pop, and he's just like, bro, I like to see that on tape. It gives me Cam Hayward vibes. That's what Cam does. Chases, hits. I need you to finish at the football. I think that he's stout at the point of attack, and he's very fundamentally sound versus the double team. And I think that's what helps him out even more. And I think that his speed creates a lot of issues for those centers and guards in terms of when they're trying to block him. The dude that he kind of reminded me of was Ed Oliver up in Buffalo, man, in terms of like the NFL level where they're not necessarily Aaron Donald, but they have that type of shorter, lighter frame, but first quick step fundamentals, like that type of vibe. Now, some of the things that, you know, you have concerns when you're talking Calijah, he's small for the position. I think that's the first thing that really jumps off with, like I said, being 6 foot, 280. At times he does look small. He's a physical player, but when I think of his strength in comparison to a Jalen Carter, very different. So when you watch him against some of the bigger offensive linemen when they're running at him, he can get a little bit engulfed at times when they are actually like getting him, and he doesn't have the perfect set of fundamentals on that particular play. He doesn't have enough size to just, all right, it didn't matter that my hands were off. I'm still going to just, throw you over here and go that route. I also think that when you watch him rush, because of his lack of size, if he doesn't cook you with that hesitation, that becomes a little bit more challenging for him to counter rush with, because he doesn't have the size to come back with a hump or to come back and cross your face. So for him, he has to win early. And that is just one of those things where it's like, yo, it's no issue as long as you're winning. Like, you want the guy that can win first up, counter, and all that other stuff. But it's like, you still can get off with this, but he's going to have to refine certain things at this level because of the size. But other than that, man, I just think for him, he just has to make sure that he's fundamentally sound. If you're undersized like how he is for the position, just gotta make sure your hands are good. As long as his hands are good, I think that he'll be fine. The way I ranked him, similar to you. Jalen Carter, clear cut 1. I got Calijah at number 2. I don't care about him being small. I love how productive he is. I love his first step. I love the effort that he plays with. I have Brian at 3, Brian Brissy, just because, like I said, I love his size and athletic ability, but I want production. And that's always my dilemma when we talk some of these prospects. The balance of, he was crazy productive, but what is his ceiling? When I think of Brian, it's like, yeah, I think he does have a high ceiling in contrast to maybe Calijah, because Calijah is smaller. But to me, I don't know the likelihood, of Brian ever actually reaching some of that potential. Whereas Calijah, I feel very confident that he's going to be able to come in and help somebody squad out.
He's already got a bag, man.
Because of like how he plays, man. Like, he's polished.
He's got some
you
tools.
watch him, he's polished, bro. He's polished.
Okay, I got a couple questions here.
Yeah.
So you brought up the Jalen Carter question of like, what did you think of his productivity?
Yeah,
Are you thinking about Kancey over Carter at all?
My only issue is the freaky size, bro. I always say you can't coach that. And he does have that. Like,
you like the technician aspect of Kancey, though.
Oh, because I'm a fundamental guy, and I can't relate to Jalen Carter. I can relate to Calijah Kancey. So for me, it's like, yo, if I'm picking, I love.
Dude, he was a
what
beast
Calijah
since
does.
freshman
You know what I'm
year
saying?
at Pitt, though. Like, he just constantly got better as the years went on for him.
Yeah, but you can, like, his fundamentals are the reason. When you watch him play, he is very fundamentally sound. Like, Jalen Carter isn't like that. Brian Bresee isn't like that. When you talk fundamentals, usually that's what you start talking like 4th, 5th year players, or when you're at the NFL level, it's like, yo, he's a technician. Calijah is a technician. And that's why it's like, yo, I think his game is going to transfer just fine. The question mark for him is just, yo, how fundamentally sound can you be on a play-in and play-out basis? Because at the NFL level, them ACC guards and centers are big. They're even bigger at this level, though. They're faster, they're stronger, they're smarter. So you're going to have to evolve as well. I just think that his floor is so good because of his fundamentals already being there that I'm like, yo, I like him wherever he's going to go because he's going to give you a certain level of play year one because of those fundamentals. At this level, the fundamentals matter a lot, man.
How would you feel about him in our system? Would it just be a lot for nickel packages, him and Cam Hayward at that D tackle spot?
Initially, I'm going to look at him and see, can he be Larry Ogunjobi? And what I mean is this. Larry versus the pass and nickel package, we love him, right? I think Calijah could be better, though. In terms of just that element. Larry versus the run and our base package, Larry a dog. Larry got a lot more size, though. That's the question mark that I have when I think Calijah. I'm like, I definitely feel like it's an upgrade sub package. I definitely feel like it's an upgraded pass rush. I don't know, though, if that's going to be able to play the run in our defense 3-4, where it's
and then
not.
That's with who? Montrevious playing nose tackle.
Yeah.
Calijah
we light.
Hayward.
We getting lighter. Whereas like with Larry, he's just a bigger physical. So it's like think about when we see plays going at Larry, how it's like, yo, it just feels like the line stops sometimes. Calijah, to me, is built more for like that 4-3 where he can penetrate. Let him be in a 3 tech and just go. And that's why sub package for us, I think he cooks in that.
Yeah.
I think he goes. But when we're talking our base defense and he got to sit here and play 5 technique DN, hey, keep them LB clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not his game. I don't want him doing that.
Be disservice to him.
Correct.
Unless you could develop that in a couple years, have him gain weight or something.
Yeah. But then I'm just like, I don't want to put weight on him if that's going to negate what he's special at, which is his quickness. To me, like, that's his bread and butter. I don't want to touch his speed. I love his fundamentals. Like, it's just a weird thing, though, because with some of the other guys, you're like, okay, man, on base, just put him at nose tackle. I don't think he can do the nose. I don't want to put. Yeah. So that's like my dilemma with him. Because other than that, I like him a lot. Like,
yeah, he's good. I just didn't really think he was that
him,
much of a possibility for us because of that. It's like, okay, he's only gonna probably play like 50% of the time.
Yeah, like when you were talking about him, like before I like really went and like watched him on tape, I was like, all right, man, Deke just gassing him a little bit, man. And then I seen obviously some of the mock drafts and stuff. I'm like, all right, but you cut the tape. I'm like, oh no, I get it now, man. Like,
yeah,
dude's like super good. The big difference between, like you said, him and Jalen, Jalen got the size. They both athletic, but Jalen has, like, when you talk prototypical or just NFL, like, you want to see big freaks, not regular size freaks. Calijah's like a regular freak. Oh, he's just 6'4". He's just 6'2", 2'8". Oh, man, we seen that. That's normal looking. This one over here, like you said, it's like it almost like a creative player. Think about Jadeveon Clowney when he came out. How everybody's like, yo, even though he's not the most productive player, it's like, bro, what is that? Mario Williams. Bro, Reggie Bush was supposed to be number 1 overall. And it's like, yo, what is this freaky, like, just, they love that. So it's like, I get why they love Jalen Carter.
You take Kancey over him, huh?
You know
if
how
you were
the
GM.
You know how I feel. You know what I want, bro. You come on, man. Don't you know, because you heard the names I was saying, and you know how I feel about some of them names. I'm like, you know.
I'm like, yeah, Clowney and Addison's not, or Mario Williams not that, not that type of dudes to be writing home about.
Yeah, man. You know how I feel about it, bro. Yeah.
I weirdly think Jalen Carter would be better for our system.
He would be amazing in our system. That's why when you asked me a couple weeks ago, and we're like, yo, if you had the number 1 overall pick, what would you do? And I'm like, I'm either going Peter or I'm going Jalen, because to me, Jalen is your answer. He's your 5 technique. He's your base. He's your 5 technique and base. I could put him at the nose if I had a situation where I still wanted to keep Cam and DeMarvin and let him develop. When I go sub package where he can play the 3, he can play the 1. Shoot, if I want to bump him out there and we go big nickel, he gonna destroy them tight ends over there. He gonna set any point, and I think I get good reps out of him pass rush wise as an outside guy too, just with his style of rush. It's not, a speed rush type of dude when he's out there. It's more so I'm going to lean on you, give you the big boy moves. But I just think he has that type of versatility in a 3-4. It's special. Absolutely. Calijah is just like, man, if we was going to be in sub package the whole time, I love him. But that's my whole dilemma. And he's not a guy you can get. I don't think you're getting him in a second. You're not getting him any. He's gone, bro.
Kuiper had him in the top.
He got
10
him what, 10?
11.
Yeah. I'm just like, the longer this goes around and the more people watch tape on him, the more he's going to get buzzed, bro. I think that it's just one of those things where he went to Pitt and people were like, yo, down year for Pitt, ACC, and don't talk about him like that. But you watch his tape, man. The dude can play.
When he went up against Tennessee
play,
these last 2 years, he was cooking
I
those
watched.
dudes.
Yeah.
He was doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, I guess there's a little bit of a difference if you're doing that week in and week out.
Yeah.
Man, what am I doing? I'm not even trying to take shots at the ACC or the conference that Pitt plays here. I don't want to be doing that.
You low key did things.
No, ACC was probably the worst conference last year. It was bad. Down year.
But he looked elite, and that's all that matters. It's like, I don't care who you play. Just don't look like your competition then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't even know how much that matters in the long run because how many good pro players does Pitt put out?
Yeah.
We do. Like, pound for pound, the guys that do go in the league end up being pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Now, maybe Miami or Texas, some of these other schools got more guys drafted.
Yeah, probably like JMU, too. I know they in that convo every once in a while.
Danucci.
Yeah.
Go
Go Dukes.